Hey everybody, welcome back to our airplane show. In today's first live stream here on this channel, we're so happy to welcome you all to this channel. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. So, I am over here as Mr. JPlanes, as what you all know me as. So, today's video, I am going to be showing you over here on a live stream. This is live, and I'm going to be showing you on this live stream as proof because in my last night's video I said, hey, if you haven't watched last night's video right now, I'm suggesting that you better leave this live stream at this moment, go back to my channel, just type on in your search bar youtube.com/ at Boeing 737 JPlanes or something like that. I don't remember, but I don't care. But or you can just go and click down where you see my logo and at the bottom there where you see all the subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe too. Go watch that video because it's also I also talk a bit what I'm gonna show in today's video. I talk about my filming schedules and all sorts of stuff like that. You don't want to miss yesterday's video, so I suggest that you better watch yesterday's video before you coming to watch this video. So watch yesterday's video. Yesterday's video was a very good video. I show you how I flew this King Air C90B. If you don't know me, I'm Mr. JPlanes, and today I'm going to be showing you that this plane can land on short runways as a promise to what I told you yesterday in yesterday's video. So let's get to the video. Okay, this is a pre-recording that I did a little while back. So they changed my scenery again anyways, but who cares? So this is back at the channel. Let's adjust the camera. So this is my Beechcraft King Air C90. It's a really nice little plane. I learned how to fly while they gave me the C90 to the Cessna 172 to learn with. I learned with this one because this is much easier to fly than a C172. If you're learning how to fly a plane, I suggest on the computer, I suggest you learn how to fly these planes. That like the easiest plane to learn how to fly. I mean, probably for me because I'm a professional, but if if you've never flown a plane before, I suggest don't follow what they tell you to do. Just come straight. They'll give you the tutorial for how to fly a plane. Probably next week I'll post a video on how to and I'll be teaching you how to fly a plane. You're not gonna want to miss that video, so I suggest that you subscribe and hit the bell notification and hit the like button. So let's get back to the video. Before starting, this is a pre-recording of a video that I did yesterday, but well, I never got to editing it. So this thing's getting away from me. So you can see these two runways here. If you're thinking which runway we're going to be landing at, we're going to be landing on runway 14 left in the King County Boeing Field Airport. They say international, but I'm not very sure. But if it's international, then KBFI Airport. And this airport, we will be landing on the runway, the small short runway on the left. It's 1,129 meters long. That's about 3,000 some feet, approximately. And this is way too small for regular planes. It's still bigger than a carrier, of course, but probably this kind of planes are good for landing on those kinds of runways. But if you've never this King Air C90 has very great stopping performance. I mean, once you land it, you touch down. I tell you what, today's video you will see it. But if you don't believe me, we're not going to use more than half of the runway. This small runway, not the big one. Don't get ideas for the big one. The big one is way too big for this plane. What happened? This big one is too big for this plane. That's for like Antonovs or something like that. But we're gonna be landing on this smaller runway. And let's start the video right now. So the landing gear is retracting. It's certainly normal to hear these kinds of sounds. Hopefully my frame rate is perfect because yesterday we got bad frame rates and bad audio. But this is the video, guys. I'm going to lower this volume so you can hear my voice better instead of me screaming and letting the whole neighborhood know that I'm doing a video. So, down here, there's the throttle, this big one. Let's get back up to the video so that you can see outside. So, if there's anybody, I can't say hi to you because I have to pay attention at this main screen. So, hi everybody in case you are watching right now. If not, you missed such a good video. So, this is the airspeed indicator, IAS or Mach, however you call it. And then it's counted knots. 1 knot is about 1 nautical mile, which is about 1.15 knots, 1.15 miles, and this is the horizon and the ground and stuff like that. So as you can see, guys, I'm keeping like, okay, the other runway, the small runway says it's too wide, so we are good. But on the bigger runway, we are all white, means we are too high. Okay, now we are all white on the small runway, so we are going to lower this plane by slowly lowering the nose. Now, if you push the nose down too hard, better say bye to everyone. So as you can see, I'm slowly lowering the nose because I'm getting a bit too high. But in order to make a touchdown on the main landing here, can't go down nose first, of course, unless you want to break the plane. But this is not a DHC or whatever De Havilland Canada 600, which is good for hard landing for Ryanair. But this one is not really good for really bad hard landings. So we gotta try to land a little bit smoother because it's for a king, right? I mean, I'm a king, so I need to. No, you know what I mean. And so yes. Anyways, so let's get back to the video. This plane is great for landing in short runways like a DHC 600. It's very good for short runways and stuff like that. So I had to increase my throttle a little bit because I knew we were gonna go to stall speed. Stall speed's 80 knots. Oh boy, that red thing next to 80, that's the stall speed. Now, if you get stalling, your plane will just drop right in the middle of the air. I mean, I don't want that to happen to my plane. So down there is the highway. So this is the countdown indicator of this King Air Beechcraft C90. So as you can see, I put the throttle forward a little bit so that we wouldn't stall out right in the middle. We've got flaps all the way to down. Okay, everything's all good for this plane. Now let's watch the landing. I mean, we're not gonna use the whole runway, just a little bit of runway that we're gonna use because this is a good plane. It doesn't need too much runway. I mean, that runway is on the right is way too big for such a plane like this. I mean, that's for Antonovs or C-17s or stuff like that, not for little tiny King Airs and stuff like that. So we are about 200. The altitude is about 200 feet away from the ground, and when we are landing, the airspeed is kind of perfect. We're trying to attempt landing about 90 knots. So as you can see, guys, this is headed for a very smooth and very good runway. I mean, we're almost on the center line. I can't say we're directly on the center line, but you see that black spot there? The bigger runways have spaces which tell you to touch down, but this is the touchdown zone, everyone. We are gonna land like just right at the touchdown zone and stop just shortly after the touchdown zone. So we're landing. See? Touchdown. Look at how fast this speed goes down. I mean, look. See, I told you, we're just stopping like shortly right after the center line. I mean, this is like for very smooth landing. See, and the plane has already almost stopped. Okay, let me just show you guys how much of this runway that we use. This stupid runway. Let me show you how much of this runway that we used. I mean, not much of it at all. These runways, right, are made for like these kind of planes. Look at this, man. I mean, like, this is how big the whole runway is. You should have made it smaller. Anyways, but look at this whole runway. I mean, we used how much of this runway? The amount of runway that we used is so weird. I mean, look at this. As you can see, that's the runway, and we don't use more than half. We touch down here, we stop here. So that's about less than 1,100 and how many meters, I don't care, but it's about 100 feet wide, and it's a runway that anybody can land on. I mean, look at if this kind of plane could land on it. I mean, you can try. You're not gonna crash as long as you don't stall out right in the middle of your approach or something. Just gotta keep your one hand on the throttle, one hand on the stick, and just keep making sure that you're aligned nicely with the runway. Or not, you're not gonna be able to land. I mean, if you're like this, you're way too high. Just call the landing off or stuff like that. And you shouldn't be seeing the ground like this because that means you are having a nose down. So guys, as you guys can see, this is the runway for this. It's a very easy runway to land on. I mean, probably for me, but maybe not for you. Let's go back a little bit and let's watch the runway from the exterior. I mean, I like to watch my landings and takes off from the exterior, see what I can correct and stuff like that. So let's watch it together, shall we? I like the sound of this engine. It sounds like a haircut. What view, man? What view? Probably this view. You can see the flaps are down, which is a good thing. I mean, who wants to do a landing without flaps? I mean, unless you have a broken flap or something, you still have a landing with flaps. So that's the engine spinning so fast that it's like, you know. I mean, why is the frame rate so bad? I mean, the frame rate is so terrible, stinking terrible. So as you guys see, okay, we are just right above the runway right now. Let's lower the volume of this. Look at the touchdown. A proper touchdown, everyone. See, I can see the. Okay, let's go back in case you're saying that that all three wheels hit the ground at the same time. Watch this carefully. Watch this. I see that the back wheels touch down first, right? Look, back wheels touch down first, front wheels then hit the ground. See that? So it is a good landing. You can't say it's not perfectly smooth a landing, but it's also good. I mean, I would say this is actually kind of smooth, but for those of you landing reviewers out there, I don't know how smooth you want smooth. I mean, at least it's not Ryanair, but hey, are you serious when it comes to making people? I mean, I don't really look like that, okay? I mean, they're bad at making people. Their planes are nice, but their people look a little bit weird. I mean, weird. So let's get back inside the plane. Let's view our landing for one more angle before I say goodbye. I like to view my landings as a passenger. I mean, this is my favorite thing to do. I mean, watch the landings replayed over and over again. I mean, like who can get tired of watching plane videos? I mean, only people have nothing else to do. I mean, it's so nice watching just sitting down and on the couch for a whole day just watching some plane videos and stuff like that. So, anyways, look at this. Look at this landing, everyone. Look at this landing. It's smooth. That's the other runway, I think. Look, touchdown. I mean, has the plane even touched down yet? I mean, this was like one of the smoothest landings that I've ever made. I mean, this was super, super smooth. I would give this a 9.5 out of 10 because the nose was up. That's called flare. It was not flaring for way too long, so that's not. I prefer like a longer flare, but this one was a bit shorter, much shorter flare. So watch the throttle, the one that's furthest to the right. I mean to the left rather. The one on the left is the throttle. So when I land, right, look, I want to see the throttle's moving back. We gotta pull back the throttle when we land. That lowers the engine power so that we don't get a bird strike and the bird will not make into a smoothie. Okay, that's not really what we're trying to do, but we gotta lower the air speed. We need the airspeed lower. That's why we lower back the throttle when we land. When we land, we don't want to really stall out. I mean, if you are full flaps and minimum throttle, you are going to stall yourself out, man. So when you're landing, you gotta on the especially short runways, you gotta make sure that you get the you get enough power, but not too much power, not you overshoot the runway. That's why it's a difficult thing for most people to be landing on short runways, especially on professionals. But for professionals, it's much more easier. I mean, I look. I mean, I don't consider myself that much of a professional, but a little bit of professional because at least I've been flying for how many months? I don't know, but I've been flying for certainly a couple of months. So I'm sort of a professional. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed the video for today. If you didn't, you are going to go to prison. Anyways, but hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, wait for my next video. Probably I have ideas in my mind for the next video. Probably I'm going to do a fighter jet landing. That's going to be kind of interesting. And then for our next video, I might also do, you can give me suggestions what kind of planes I should fly. But let me just show you my stinking small plane menu. I mean, just let me show you the flights that I have. You can ask me to pick from any of these flights. Why is it not moving? Hey, come on, this is so clumsy. So these are all the flights that you can ask me to fly with, but I'm not ready too much of the helicopter, but mainly these are the ones that you can ask me. So yes, anyways, that's it for today. You can ask me any of these. I mean, if you have this one, but okay, don't ask me too much of the Stintin because I'm not very good with tail draggers and stuff like that. I'm not the best. I'm not the professional with tail draggers. Also, not too much the 747, but I can definitely do the 737. But King Air is the one. King Air and 737 are the two main planes that I'm best with. So you can always ask me to fly those two. No problem, man. I'll be happy to fly 3 times. So, anyways, and I'm not very sure about these two. Oh, don't ask me with the SR-71 because I tried it before. I overshot the runway because this plane needs like at least 1 billion knots to take off. Anyways, well, that's it for today's flight. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you again in my next video. Probably my next video, I do a comparison video. What's the difference between Boeing and Airbus? I can do that video if you want. Anyway, what is this, man? How that's sorry, that's my thing. Anyways, that's it for today. Next video. Never know what's coming up. So if you want to know what's coming up next, you make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned for all our updates. And I will see you next time. Have a happy flying.